I grew up an athlete and was always playing sports, multiple sports, and always moving and grooving, and just loved being active. Volleyball became the sport of choice that I specialized in, and was very blessed to have a long playing career. So after 25 years or so of playing, I started to suffer from osteoarthritis, which is just the natural wear down of the joints and whatnot. By the time I was in my early 30s, I was already struggling with severe pain in my knee and in my shoulder also. And eventually did have surgery on the knee. It was that conversation with the surgeon when he said there's no cartilage left, and that's what's causing all the pain. And if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to need a knee replacement before you turn 40. Pretty devastating because being an athlete was pretty much my identity. Yeah, an opportunity to forward my career in coaching, which was the second part of that identity, just being involved in sports on a coaching level. I really thought that this was everything that I had worked towards. We were going to have a great future in sports. Not even a year later, I lost that contract. Things just really spiraled downward emotionally and financially, and I pretty much lost everything, lost our home, lost our belongings, and eventually even my children, I couldn't take care of them. My identity as an athlete, a coach, and a mom is all gone, all gone. You think you had everything figured out, and then you get to the end result and it's not quite what you thought it was going to be. You don't have any answers anymore. And so just felt God at that season calling me back and saying, hey, I have the answers, and if you would just listen and stop doing things your own way, then things might look a little bit better. And so I did. I started intentionally seeking the Lord and studying His Word. I really felt God say, you need to be 100% in community right now, with not just small group, but with mentors also, because I have something really big I'm preparing you for, and you need to be mentored in ministry. I was still actually working through the physical pain of the arthritis, and I had a moment where I was at a worship service. The worship leader called out if anyone needed physical healing. And I never equated my arthritis with like an illness that needed to be healed. I just figured it was a part of me. But I felt the Spirit prompt me to say, someone in the circle needs emotional healing, and God wants you to know it's not your fault. And that's when I felt a breeze or a wind blow through my knee, and it felt like somebody had come up behind me and pushed my knee from behind, and so I actually fell. And then I started crying. And it was an odd moment because I didn't know why I fell and I didn't know why I was crying. But later on that evening, when I was walking around, the pain in my knee was gone. I mean, you're talking after 10, 15 years of osteoarthritis, that the pain in a moment was gone. I felt like God was giving me a second chance to be an athlete, but again, His way. What are we going to do with the platform now versus what were you doing with it before? Being physically healed, it's so tangible that I felt God was like telling me, in an instant I could heal you physically, so why can't we do that emotionally? Why can't you just hand all the anger and the pain and the bitterness and let me take that too? Learning to do that has been a process and a half, and discovery leadership and the prayer groups and the small groups and the inner healing has been really instrumental in helping me through that over the last year. And I can honestly say that I do, from even last year to this year, feel like a completely different person, and that a lot has been lifted out of my heart and out of my spirit that I've been carrying for a really, really long time. And now I see myself the way God created me and the way God sees me.